Welcome to the Bald Brad Show. In today's episode, we have once again an extension of Karine Jean-Pierre's White House press briefing, but this time she's not just going up against Peter Doocy. These clips are going against the White House press pool, folks. She is having a very, very rough day on the podium, and this is all in regards to Joe Biden's transparency on his COVID-19 tests. With that being said, as always, if you want to join us here at the Bald Brad Show or heck support a conservative, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Share this link with your friends and family all over social media. With that being said, let's jump into this.
Of war. That's what we're talking about here. Go ahead, Peter.
I want to follow up on a couple questions. First, the AP asked you, the first question out of the gates was when the president was last tested. We just didn't get an answer to that.
I did. It's a regular cadence. That's what we do. We will share this. We will share per CDC when he is a close contact, and he has not been a close contact. If he were a close contact, we will let you know.
Again, I'm just confused because in the past you guys have always told us the date of the most recent test. So why can't you tell us the date of the most recent test?
Well, right now I'm telling you he has a regular cadence. I just don't have a date to share with you, but he does have a regular weekly cadence.
We trust that as soon as you find out today, your staff will share with us.
We will be transparent about that. But he does have a weekly cadence. I just don't have a day in front of you of when he was last tested.
As soon as you go back there and find out the date, you'll share with us, you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm telling you that he has a weekly cadence.
I guess that's my question. Why has that changed? Because in the past they always told us.
Well,
Don't you love that? Well, I'm going to be transparent with you. So just to be clear, when we're said and done with all this press briefing stuff, you're going to go back and find the date and time for us? No, I'm not saying that. It's just so contradictory. And folks, this continues to unravel.
We have always said it's a weekly cadence. We have always said that.
But Jen would say it happened on Tuesday. Just yesterday he had a test. Or on Sunday he was tested, it was negative.
But he hasn't been a close contact. What we have said now is that if he is a close contact, according to the CDC, what close contact of that the definition of a close contact, we will share that with you. And then that's when his testing cadence would change. His testing cadence has not changed. He gets tested once a week. I don't have the date in front of me at this time.
So he gets tested once a week. That's because in the past it's been more regular.
It's a weekly. No, it actually has never. It's always been a weekly cadence of getting tested.
So he's only been tested once a week for the entirety of the time the president.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what we normally.
Folks, help me here. Does it not seem like she's contradicting herself like endless amount of times here? So this is the new White House press secretary, folks. Did I not call it like a month or two ago when we found out she was going to be that she was going to be worse than Jen Psaki? And she is. Do is he gets tested weekly, and that's been his cadence as when he's talking to, as in coordination with his doctor. There has been time where he's tested more than that because we've traveled. When we traveled, we all had to take tests as we're traveling or other things, or when he went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, we had to test as well. So sometimes it's not once a week, but I'm saying to you right now it's a weekly testing cadence. That's what we do as it's coordinated with his doctor.
Okay. Please understand that we're requesting to know as soon as you can. Tell us when the most recent test was, acknowledging it's a recent test. Let me ask you, we saw the letter that he wrote.
I'm already telling you he's get tested regularly in a weekly test.
But I'm saying our request continues. So the gist
and I'm telling you that he gets tested weekly. Okay,
so
go ahead.
I see. Look at Peter Doocy. Look at him laugh.
Yeah, for sure.
We saw the letter that he wrote to them. They called for them to be in touch with the Energy Secretary to convene an emergency meeting on that topic. Can you have any update on when that meeting will take place?
So we're finalizing details, and we'll be sure to pass that along as soon as we can. The president noted in his letter what he wants to do, and what he wants to make sure is that that we create a forum so that the oil companies are able to put forth ideas. But he's willing to do everything he can from a reasonable using reasonable tools to get things done.
She is struggling.
Ideas, but beyond that, I think he wrote a letter and he said, "Hey, I'm calling on you to do this." You said, "I want them to be. They need to be patriotic." In real terms, what power does the president have here? How can he compel these companies beyond, in effect, begging them, asking them to do anything?
Well, that's one of the things that we want to do is have this meeting and hear from them and hear what the ideas that they come forth with, and maybe there's a way that we can help them meet that capacity. So he does want to create an environment, which is what the Energy Department is going to do, hopefully in the next couple of days, to sit down with the oil companies and try to figure out how do we do this in a way that both sides can agree on.
This guy's been in office, folks, for his entire life. And he has to go meet with these people to figure out how he can help them. I don't know, maybe remove the red tape or all the restrictions, regulations that you're constantly forcing on them. How about you don't go out and say that you're going to remove the fossil fuel industry? How about you stop freaking closing down these oil production refineries? How about you just free up more land for these people to be able to drill? Like the fact that this guy has to sit around and think about these things when he's been in Congress his entire life is truly mind-blowing. It shows a disconnect between the White House and, well, hell, the rest of the American economy.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I have two topics, but really
I'm trying to keep it
just
together.
following on Peter, has the White House changed its policy on how much you will disclose
No,
to us about the president's
it's
testing?
it's not. I was asked, has he been tested? I'm saying that he gets tested weekly, and that's what we actually have said. I do not have a date when he was tested this week, but he is tested weekly, as it is, in coordination with his doctor. We've always said that. We have always said that he tests weekly.
It just seems different than in the past.
Well, you're asking me when he was tested. I'm saying that I don't have a date for you at this time.
But you're also saying you're not going to share with us today.
Well, because he gets tested weekly, and we have said once if he becomes a close contact, we will share that with you. But if he's not a close contact, then you just know that he gets tested
So if
weekly.
he has not had a close contact, you're not going to tell us the date of his most recent test?
I'm telling you, he gets tested weekly.
Okay. Why is there no hesitation though?
This is rough, folks. And we'll conclude it there because that's kind of the whole segment on the COVID-19 stuff in terms of testing, fumbling through her words, contradicting herself in the same paragraph. The press pool is going to pick that up. They're not idiots. I mean, sometimes we think that they are, and sometimes we feel like they're not really advocating for the American people and really trying to investigate and do journalism nowadays. But this is a good job from the press pool trying to figure out, hey, can we get information? You're saying it's going to be transparent, and you're going to be the most transparent, presidency or administration out there that's ever existed, but yet you're not telling us which day and time he's being tested. You're just trying to kind of keep it behind closed doors. I mean, folks, have we seen Joe Biden on this podium? I mean, when, honest to God, when was the last time you saw Joe Biden stand up there and take the questions from the press pool? Honest to God, maybe once. And hopefully I'm wrong on that. Maybe it's more than once. I can't actually recall him ever standing on this podium and taking questions from Peter Doocy, taking questions from the rest of the press pool on oil, on inflation, on Ukraine, on Saudi Arabia, on Iran, on the immigration crisis, on gas prices that are happening all across the United States. Like, where is the guy? I understand there's questions when he's like here or there, but all those questions that we've seen so far were already vetted. He had a list of them. So when are they going to show for this guy out and go out in front of everybody and be a transparent president like he wants to claim, like he did claim against everybody else that he was running up against in the Democrat Party during the primaries, when he said that same very thing against when he was running against Donald Trump? You have Karine Jean-Pierre, his current White House press secretary. You had Jen Psaki, his previous White House press secretary, saying they're going to be transparent, the most transparent administration in history, but yet they can't even give a simple answer on when the dude had a COVID test. And then she's fumbling through her words because she knows it's crazy. Just give him a date. Now, there's the other argument of saying, hey, like, who really cares at the end of the day? Like, when he was tested, when was he? Honestly, I'm okay with saying, yeah, hey, he was tested sometime this week. Like, a date and time, like, does it really matter? If he's not around anybody. I get Karine's, I get what she's saying, and I get what the press pool's saying as well, but don't claim two things at the same time that completely contradict yourself. So there you have it, folks. Another example of Karine Jean-Pierre not being prepared as White House press secretary. Maybe... now that I'm thinking about it as I'm saying it, maybe she is prepared because, God, she sounds a lot like Joe Biden, does she not? Fumbling through her words, kind of contradicting herself in a sentence. So maybe she's doing a hell of a job of being the president's mouthpiece because, hell, they almost sound identical. With that being said, please join us here at the Bald Brad Show by hitting that like and subscribe button. Folks, I'm having fun with y'all, and I hope you are having fun here watching the Bald Brad Show, and I will see you later here on the Bald Brad Show.